Hello and welcome to my channel, Iris Rainbow. Today is the 888 Lionsgate portal, and the reason that I say 888 is because it's the 8th day of the 8th month of a number 8 year, as 2024 is a number 8. This is kind of a special message. So I woke up today feeling this surge of energy, like this rushing of energy. And there's a lot of changes that are happening very quickly within the collective right now. So the last time that I felt this amount of energy moving through the collective was at the beginning of the COVID pandemic. So basically, like those first couple of months when it was like everything was just going sideways, right? It was a very destabilizing time, very destabilizing energy. We also have all the planets in retrograde, not all of them, but a lot of them. This is a retrograde season. Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, Mercury. And so, the retrogrades are a reversal of energy. And so I'm personally dealing with a lot of changes happening at once. It's like everything was going down a certain pathway, and I had a lot of plans for things that I wanted to do this summer, and everything sort of started to go sideways. So I woke up today just feeling the movement of all of this energy. And again, it's a very destabilized time. In the United States, we are building up to the election season. There's been a lot of chaos. There's been a lot of things changing direction. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about this energy and what is going on right now and why. So we are electromagnetic beings. The earth has an electromagnetic frequency. All living things give off electromagnetic frequency. This is why, this is how aura photography works. We're able to see the energy not only coming off of humans, but animals and plants. And even the earth herself has an electromagnetic frequency. It is this electromagnetism that has the power to create. And this is generated from our hearts, and then it's directed by our minds, our thoughts, and also our emotional energy. And so I believe there's a lot of aspects as to what is going on right now, but you will notice that, obviously the economy is unstable. Everything is very expensive right now. Inflation is super high. A lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of people are losing their homes. And so I think a lot of this chaos is by design. So I've been on this healing journey for a long time, and it's only really since this year that I've started to incorporate more manifestation techniques into my healing work. And manifestation, which I'm into the Neville Goddard kind of law of assumption teachings more than the law of attraction teachings. And the premise again is that we are the creators of our reality, so individually, collectively. Now, if we can focus our energy on believing that we already have what we need and release the blocks to that, then we can manifest. But, and this is what I'm getting to the point of why all this is happening right now, it's very hard to be in that energy of abundance where we can attract positive circumstances when we're going through stress, when we're being destabilized. And so I think a lot of what's going on right now is to create stress for people so that mentally we start to unravel, right? So, and I've seen this where I was moving in a certain direction, things were starting to work out and manifest, and then all of a sudden it was like the energy started to shift and things started to become very destabilized. And this is happening, not just for me individually, but on a bigger collective level here. And so, I think this, it's order out of chaos. And so the more chaos that is generated within the collective, the harder it is for us to focus on being in a higher vibration, being open to positive things happening in our lives, because it shifts us into a survival mode. And, sorry, I've talked about it a little bit, but I am a trauma survivor. I've been through a lot of different types of trauma throughout my life, and I've spent a lot of my life living in lack and living in survival mode. And many of us have, because this system, this game is rigged, okay? The game on planet Earth is rigged, and it has been for a very long time. And so, one of my particular struggles, and this is something that a lot of us struggle with in our world systems, is scarcity. And so, when we can be pushed by outer circumstances into fear and chaos and scarcity and lack, we are easier to control, and we can lose those manifestation powers. Well, I don't want to say lose the manifestation powers, because we're not losing them, but it's shifting our focus from what we do want to manifest, into the fear of what we don't want to manifest. And so I just wanted to put out this quick word of encouragement and kind of share what I know about how energy works, and how the people who control, or the entities, the organizations who kind of control this matrix reality, and what they're doing to us. And this idea of order out of chaos, where we have a two-party system, right? But it's like a good cop, bad cop kind of a system, where we have only one way or the other. There's no in between. And so having a system like this pushes us into one or the other, and it pushes people further and further out into the extremes. And again, we're electromagnetic beings, and so to have these two conflicting sides going back and forth, it's like a giant electromagnetic battery. And so it's like by giving into the fear, by giving into the division, by being pushed further and further into these extremes, and then, battling, it's like our electromagnetic energy is what is powering this whole thing. So, it's very important right now for us to try and stay calm, centered, balanced as much as possible. And it's really not easy when you have all this energy shifting, all of these things suddenly flipping around. It's a very topsy-turvy feeling. It's a very chaotic feeling. And, I woke up today, like I said, with this just feeling of like rushing energy. And it was scary. Like, it made me feel afraid, and I'm getting ready to make a big move that I don't really want to make. I'm being sort of pushed out of where I've been. I don't want to do that, but it's where I'm at, and it's what is happening for me right now. And the last time that I went through something like this was also at the beginning of COVID, and I really resisted that change. I did not want to move. I did not want to make those changes, but it was what I had to do, and last time that this happened, I was resistant to those changes, and I feel that I caused a lot more friction and chaos within my own experience by resisting what was happening. So, this time around, I'm trying to just trust and surrender to the flow of the energy and the way things are going, and just know that, okay, it's all happening for a reason. I'm being led and guided somewhere. I did, in a way, ask for this earlier this year. I prayed and said that I wanted to end certain cycles. I wanted certain things to be over. I was ready to move. And so I had actually set that intention. Well, now that it's happening, it's uncomfortable. But growth is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. And a lot of us, naturally resist change. We don't want things to change, even when we're not happy, even when things are not ideal, we are comfortable. And I personally have had to, throughout my life, go through many different types of changes and situations that I did not want. I didn't want to move when I was a child. I did not want to get sent away. I did not want to go to jail. I did not want to have these injuries and things that have happened to me. But at the same time, it is what creates growth, and it is what builds character, and it is what also shows us who we are and what we are made of. So right now, I've mentioned this in other videos, the outer planets are all changing signs. So from now till next summer, all of the outer planets are changing signs. So currently Uranus is in Taurus. Uranus brings disruption, chaos, but it also brings liberation from the past conditions. And with Uranus currently being in Taurus, closing out those final degrees, Taurus is not only an earth sign, but Taurus also relates to Mother Earth, like the actual physical body of Earth, as well as our physical bodies. Right now, we have wildfires going in California. We had a explosion at Yellowstone, big, storms in the Gulf, which are earlier than usual. And so I believe that as we close out this Uranus and Taurus cycle, there's going to be even more physical changes happening on the earth, and this is earthquakes, this is natural disasters and things like that. And this is as Uranus is crossing that threshold, moving out of Taurus and into Gemini, which is the sign of communication. When Uranus goes into Gemini, and again, Uranus is this radical transformation energy, and it can feel very unexpected and quite shocking, actually. So I feel like as Uranus goes into Gemini, there's a lot that's going to be revealed about the world we live in, and it could be quite shocking to people. I would say like some level of like mass disclosure is going to happen. And I'm not necessarily talking about, UFOs and NHI and things like that, but that definitely can be a part of it, especially because Uranus does relate to like alien energy. The Neptune is right now in the final degree of Pisces, which is the home sign of Neptune. And Neptune is, our connection to source, spiritual energy. It's our creative energy, our imagination. But it also relates to illusions and delusions. So there's a lot of confusion energy right now. Spiritual confusion, including spiritual confusion. And this is happening as Neptune is preparing to cross the threshold out of Pisces and into Aries. Now, Aries is the god of war. It's the masculine energy. And so Neptune's going to be moving in here. So this is going to be even more clashing between different ideologies and different belief systems. And then Pluto in Aquarius. So Pluto has already been kind of hovering on that border of Capricorn Aquarius for a couple of years now. And by the end of this year, Pluto will finally be in Aquarius and will land in Aquarius, and will be there for the next 19 years. The last time that Pluto was in this particular position was during the French and American Revolution. And so that was a time when there was a major power shift, and Pluto represents power. So there's a big power transference that's happening right now. And again, like I said, that final degree of any sign is known as a very unstable degree, when a lot of changes are happening, a lot of chaos, a lot of, disintegration or collapsing kind of energies. So right now we are in this time when a lot of energy is moving, a lot of things are shifting, not only on this personal level, but on a collective level. I think the last time that we saw a shift this big take place was in 2020 at the beginning of COVID. There's also a Saturn-Jupiter square that's going to be ongoing over these next months. So there's a lot, and then of course the Lionsgate portal brings in this energy from Sirius. We've already had this portal to Sirius open for a while, but the numerology as well has a significance with this 888 portal. And 8 is the infinity. It's the infinity symbol. It's the infinity loop. And so it's about, karma, reaping what we sow, things coming back around again. So I just wanted to put out this word of encouragement and kind of explain a little bit what's going on with the energy, because, like I said, I woke up today with this surge of rushing energy, and it brought up within me a sense of fear, and I don't know what's next. Like I have mentioned, I'm in the process of having to move out of my house. The last time I had to go through a move like this was in 2020. That last house I lived at, I was there for exactly 3 years. When I move out of here later this month, it will have been exactly 3 years of me being in this house. So there's a lot of parallels, but I want you to take this moment to congratulate yourself on how far you have come. The beginning of COVID 2020, that was when I started my YouTube channel. There was a lot of things that I started then that are now sort of starting to take root, or sort of starting to sprout. And when we plant seeds, they don't sprout right away. They spend some time underground. They have to develop that root system. And so sometimes we plant seeds and we start something new, and we might not see any sort of movement at first. It can take a while for the seed to burst open and begin to root, and then it can take a while for those first sprouts to be seen. And so, have patience with yourself and look back to 2020 and the things that were going on in your life then, and give yourself some credit and some recognition for how far you have come during this time. Again, things take time, and especially when we are trying to build on a solid foundation, when we are trying to create something that is going to have longevity, it can take a while, because we have to make sure that we're building on solid ground. So it's better for things to take longer and get them done properly, to do things properly, so that we don't have to come back later and fix those mistakes. We want to build on a solid foundation. And so it is going to take longer. You can throw something up really quick if you're in a hurry, but if you are cutting corners, if you're not doing things properly, if you're not setting things into the ground or into the earth in a way that they're going to be stable and lasting, then the first storm, those things are going to be washed away, or they're going to be, damaged, and we're going to have to go back and fix the foundation. So it's better to take more time now. It's better to be patient. It's better to build slowly and allow things to unfold in their time. We are all different. There's no need to compare yourself to other people, what other people are doing, where other people are at in their life, because we're all on a different timeline. We all have different experiences. We have different needs. We have different soul missions. So again, things can feel chaotic, stressful, scary, can feel like a lot is happening at once, can feel very destabilizing. But when things are speeding up, the best thing that we can do is slow down. And so that's really what I'm trying to do today. I'm trying to ground my energy and just take everything one step at a time. Because when you rush, that's again when mistakes are made. So I just want you to be gentle with yourself today. Take care of your body, take care of your nervous system. We are holistic beings, so our physical body and our emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies are connected. And so we need to be taking care of ourselves. And I know personally that sometimes I have a hard time with, taking care of my body in the way that I need to, and eating healthy and eating enough and getting enough exercise, drinking enough water. So all those things are very foundational. And if you can focus on taking care of your physical vessel at this time, then it's going to help you in all these other areas as well. So I will be back with another energy video. I just wanted to get this message out for everybody because I feel like, change is necessary, and I think a lot of these changes that are happening now, eventually it's going to be good once we get through this moment, but we really have to keep our eyes on the prize. Don't get sucked into the extremes. Don't allow yourself to be pushed around by all of this fear mongering. Try and remain calm and centered as much as possible. If you encounter obstacles, resistance in the world around you and your circumstances, try to ask yourself, what is this teaching me? Try to ask yourself, when things are feeling out of control, what can I do? Where do I have control? Where can I, take accountability for my energy? What am I able to change in this moment? And focus on that. And anything that is beyond your control, let that go. Pray, set your intentions, take care of what you can take care of, and allow space for God, for the universe to work within your life as well. So there's a need to be adaptable. There's a need to stay focused. And there's a need to let go of control and just allow everything to move and shift in the ways that it needs to. I just wanted to share this message with you. I hope this is helpful, and I will see you in the next video.